What's going on YouTube? Legions here with another Tower of Fantasy video. Today we're going to be talking about Friggs Nerf slash balance, I guess you can call it. And I'm going to be honest with you here before we get on with this video. I think that she needed to be balanced because some of her multipliers in PvP were kind of ridiculous in the CN version, or even in PvE. Like her multipliers were ridiculous. We're going to go over if she's still worth pulling after making my should you pull video. We're going to do an update on that. We're going to talk about her nerfs, what's been nerfed, her skills, if they're still the same, stats, all that. She is coming with Frost Resonance. As I said, she's probably going to come with Frost Resonance like Nemesis did, a nerfed version of, I believe Saki had the Frost Resonance in CN. I believe hers was 20%, and so Nemesis was 15%, and it's looking like Frigg is going to be 15% as well. She is in the game. There's an update today with the release date. September 1st is when she is coming out. September 1st is going to be when the banner drops, which I believe is right when Nemesis leaves. So she is going to be there like literally hours after Nemesis leaves. And we're going to just talk about everything that has to do with her, if she's still worth pulling as a free-to-play. She's going to have the Frost Resonance 15%. So she's pretty much going to have the same resonance as Nemesis. Very, very good for ice teams. We don't know if that means that Saki's still going to have one and all that. We're going to get into all that in the video. Before we continue, I just want to let you guys know, you know, I haven't been streaming much this week. I've been really sick. As you can see, I look like shit. It's very early in the morning. I forced myself to get out of bed to do this. So if I don't sound like I usually do or anything like that, I apologize. I'm kind of fighting like a flu. It's not COVID. Already got tested. It's not COVID, so don't worry. So yeah, I just want to apologize about that. Streams will continue tomorrow. I'm starting to feel better. So if you're watching this as I'm recording on Friday, I'll be streaming again on Saturday. And I just want to let you guys know, after Frigg comes out, if you guys want to wait to see like actual gameplay, I will be streaming her day one, pulling her day one, probably going to get her C1 at least, and I'm going to aim for C3 before she leaves. At least I don't want to C6 her. She's not like top of my list. And I'm gonna make a breakdown video as well for YouTube, for those of you that don't want to watch on Twitch, on what the the multipliers are like with the nerf and everything, and if she's still worth pulling. Again, if you guys want to stay up to date on videos like this, guides and reviews on banners when characters get nerfed, all that good stuff, anything Tower Fantasy related, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button so you can be notified as soon as those videos go up. We finally hit 10,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so very much. I'm going to be planning a video to record this weekend for a giveaway I want to do for you guys to give back to the community that helps support me so much. So without further ado, let's get right on with the video. Hey, as you can see, Frigg is now in the game, and my god, this second skin looks really good. This is the only reason why I want C3, because her second skin is so ridiculously good. But that's not why we're here, is it? We are going to go look at her kit. We're going to scroll down all the way to the bottom of the warehouse and look at her kit right now. So as you can see here, she does come with Frost Resonance. Frost Resonance increase Frost attack by 15% and Frost resistance by 25%. Activate by equipping 2 or more Frost weapons. This set's effect also works with weapons in the offhand slot. So she is going to be coming with the Frost Resonance, but unfortunately what that means is that her Fimbulwinter ability is going to get a nerf. You know, it'd be kind of broken if she also had the 15% damage, buff here that she also had in the CN version, and have resonance at the same time. That would be way too broken. For example, I can pull this up. This has been a little bit updated, but not fully yet. So Fimbulwinter right here, 15% shatter, 15% extra damage for ice attacks, and 25% shatter. But unfortunately, she does not have that 15% extra attack because she's getting it technically in the Frost Resonance. So you're not really losing it per se. It's more balanced, because if they would have added both, she would get some ridiculous multiplier. She would literally get plus 30% attack here. So I can see definitely why they did that. But she's still going to be very viable. That doesn't make her unusable at all. She's still going to be very, very good. But what we want to talk about is some of the stats for the skills. So the main one I've seen, when I saw on Reddit this morning was that her multi-slash, which is the dodge hold click ability that you can do. So you dodge, hold click, and it does this ability of multi-slash. And people would use this a lot in PvP because inside of her domain, as you guys know, she gets infinite dodges when she's inside of her domain, as long as you have the Balmung weapon out. In the CN version, there's a picture on Reddit. I can't find it now for some reason, but I don't know if it was taken down. But 270-ish%, I believe, or around there, almost double what it is here. It's only 143% at base, which is very gross. That's a big nerf. So with that, I can kind of see why they did that. You know, they didn't want people to spam this in PvP because this was pretty broken in PvP by just spamming her, you know, her backwards dodge and doing multi-slash. Not only could you evade attacks while doing this, because she kind of gets a tiny bit like a super armor, because right there you can see her, you know, when you dodge, you get immune to hit stun for 0.5 seconds. So you get a tiny bit of super armor when you're dodging, and then you would just spam the multi-slash, which would do a shit ton of damage. And so it did get nerfed quite a bit, but I don't think that warrants also not pulling her at all, because here's the thing. If you want to build an ice team, right, you're going to want her on your team. Meryl is still broken. I think she's still going to be meta in PvP. We already went over all her abilities, so I'm not going to make you guys sit through that again in this video. If you guys want to check that out, I have another video that should you summon. I'll even link that down below where I go over her entire kit. And you guys can also look at it too. It's the same. Everything else is pretty much the same, but these are the two main things that change. And the meta in PvP is definitely going to change. I think the meta is definitely going to switch to Frigg Meryl Nemesis. I think that is still going to be, like I said in my last video, the new meta, because you're going to have the double ice. You're going to have the ice resonance. You're not going to get the resonance from Nemesis, but that's not what she's there for. She's there for sustainability and also for stunning and slowing enemies with her towers, because being able to put 2 of those towers down to get passive healing and passive damage, while also having the chance to stun them and also heal yourself through it. And you can dodge with her weapon out and heal as well by doing that. Very, very good unit to have in PvP. And then you're going to have Frigg and Meryl, who are going to have ice resonance. They're going to do more shatter damage, and especially inside of her ice domain, because as you guys know, inside of the domain, if you use a frost weapon, you're going to increase your shatter, which is really, really good. Especially if you have her dupes, it's going to do even more damage, because her dupes, again, if you guys are looking at this, I said this in my last video, the C1 here, where it says you gain 1 frostiness point every time you receive 550% damage, that is definitely a mistranslation. This should be, as I said in the last video, you gain 1 frostiness point for every time you deal 550% damage inside the domain. So you have to deal 550% of your a frost attack within you know, the domain to be able to build up frost points. And then as you build up frost points, you can deal blast damage, etc. And as you upgrade this, you do more damage inside the domain, you get more shatter damage, but you have to use ice weapons to be able to build this. So that's why she pairs perfectly with Meryl, and why shattering with Meryl is going to be absolutely gross, even more so than it is now. But everything else is the same. Her discharge is the same. Her normal abilities, from what I've seen, are the same. Some people said her normal attack was a little bit lower, some of the stats, but I haven't found anything online. Her helix slash looks the same, or her soaring slash looks the same from what I've seen. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Here's the thing. You guys know I always advocate for, if you are free to play, you know, go for whatever you think is fun, because at the end of the day, that is going to make you want to play the game more. And if you're not having fun playing the game, then it starts to feel like a chore. But at the same time, you're going to think about doing PvP. She's very good for PvP. Like, she's going to be the new meta. And in my opinion, while yes, playing with the characters that you find are fun is the best way to play the game. Until you do, in my opinion, until you do PvP. If you don't have meta and you're not winning, you can have as much fun as you want playing with your characters, but if you're not using the meta characters to try and win every match, especially if you're a competitive person, then you're not going to be having fun in PvP if you don't have her, in my opinion. So the Crow meta, from what I've heard, already got patched because there was like a bug with them being able to do that spam ability. So right now it's still Coco Ritter and Meryl and Nemesis as the meta still. Even Coco Ritter could fit instead of Nemesis if you didn't pull for Nemesis and you wanted to go all Frost. That would actually be an amazing team too. Coco Ritter, Meryl, and Frigg would be an amazing comp as well for PP. So those are going to be the two metas. And I'm honestly really looking forward to it. I'm going to pull this on my channel live day one when she releases. I'll probably wail a little bit for her. Try to get her C1 at least because her C1 is broken. And so end of the day, let's see. Is it worth still pulling for Frigg? Here's what I think. If you're free to play, I've told you guys, try to find a comp that you want to play, right? If you want to play, if you want to build an ice team, if you want to build a physical team, if you want to build a volts team, fire team, I would only focus on those if you are free to play. Find one that you think is going to be good for you in the long run. Look at all the characters that are going to be coming out. Look at Ruby, look at Lyra, look at Lynn, look at Claudia, all those characters that are going to be coming out. And if you want a physical team, then only pull on the physical units, okay? If you want to build a Frost team, then you should only be pulling on the Frost units. Frigg, in my opinion, is one of the best Frost units. Even with this nerf, in my opinion, it's more of a balance for her because she was really broken. And if she was also going to get the... Here's the thing with her, though. When Saki comes out, if Saki gets the 20% resonance, like she did in CN, this is going to severely affect Frigg's ability in the future, in the long run. She's still going to be good, but in the CN version, her domain, her Frost domain, had the 15% attack buff, right? But she doesn't have that anymore. So she's going to, when you get Saki, her resonance is going to replace Frigg's because it always takes the higher buff, and they don't stack. So that means she's not going to have the 15% damage buff on her skill anymore, unlike she does in the CN version, which I guess isn't that big a deal because you're still going to get a 5% increase in damage. But at the end of the day, it is a little bit of nerf. But I still think if you want to build a Frost team, you need to pull for Frigg, especially with the way the game is giving you away a lot of free stuff right now. I'm actually working on recording a video right after this on how many dark crystals you can get weekly and kind of roughly what we can expect from events and logins and everything all together, and PvP if you do PvP, because you do get some dark crystals a month from that and all that stuff. So I'm going to be making a video. You guys can look out for that. Subscribe if you haven't already. In my opinion, like I said, if you want to build a Frost team, I would pull for Frigg. If you want to build a Volt, Fire, or Physical team, I'd probably skip her because as free to play, I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to start being very hard to save up dark crystals and red nucleus summons for these characters. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let me know in the comment section down below if you're still going to pull for her, if you hate this nerf, if you think it's fair, if you think it's balanced. Let me know all your thoughts and any questions that you may have if I didn't answer anything that you had questions for in the video. And thank you guys so much for all the support. Thank you guys for getting me to 10K followers. I'm super happy, and this was a long goal of mine for a long time. For over the last year, this was my goal for the year, and we already hit it before the end of the year. So the next goal is going to be 25K. I don't feel like I'm going to hit that this year. I'd love to, but that's going to be a goal that we set maybe for next year. So thank you guys so much for all the love and support. Really appreciate you. Feel free to join the Discord. Follow me on Twitch for Twitch drops for this game, and also for, you know, any questions you may have while I'm live. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next video.